Sankarshan Godse has to do with us?
I am saying today you can use this argument to justify even the most crazed, demented mind.
The court has proved it.
Even the most crazed, demented fanatic you can justify by using that argument. Take it back. Take it back immediately, Mr. Trivedi.
No.
Take it back.
I just want
Take it back, Mr. Trivedi.
On one pretext, the government of India says
you have justified the comments of the Hindu Yuva Vahini on the Newshour tonight. You have justified the comments of the Hindu Yuva Vahini.
Yes,
you have justified the comments.
If the state of India is accept this, but on the other hand,
you have justified.
The state of India says that Bhagwan Shiva,
what are you doing?
You
have justified the comments of the Hindu Yuva Vahini. I have quoted what they said.
The peaceful protesters were fired on 30th October 1990 and 2nd of November 1990. Then the communal situation erupted and the Hindu violence.
You are justifying.
You cannot take a
special protections.
You let these people lose. Am I losing the satellite link there? Sanjay Jha, I want you to respond to this. You justify the comments made by the Hindu Yuva Vahini because you do not have the courage tonight, Sudhanshu Trivedi, to tell me that we will tell Yogi Adityanath either you are with an intolerant group of people that says it will not allow Muslims to live in Hindustan, or you are a member of parliament of the BJP. But because you cannot do that, you are actually justifying them. Sanjay Jha, if you would like to respond, please, and then I have a question for the Shiv Sena as well.
Yeah, Arnab, very quickly, I think Sudhanshu is not on the line, but I need to tell him
he's back.
That the BJP's card of communal politics is far too brazen and blatant to be now concealed. And Sankarshan hit it right when he said that it's so established that they don't even want to talk about it. But there is a very disingenuous, distorted propaganda that Mr. Modi seems to be making in all his speeches, if you hear him closely. He keeps saying, number one, that the Congress has been in the government for 60 years and look at the number of riots that have happened. Number one is factually incorrect. We have been there for around 53 to 54 years. Mr. Modi is prone to his historical blunders. But more important, those riots, how they have happened and who's responsible for them is more fundamental. And if you really study the history of communal disturbances in India since 1947, you will find a significant hand of the old,
you said
the
nothing
BJP,
to say. You have nothing to say about Yogi Adityanath. Look how you're using it for politics. No, look how you're using it for politics, Sanjay Jha. Such a comment here, Yogi Adityanath, Hindu Yuva Vahini, no comment.
No, I'm making a larger statement.
Narendra Modi, who says let's have riot-free governance, you go after Mr. Modi. You are also only interested. You are only interested in milking it politically. You see, you don't want to take a position.
Arnab, I'm making a larger point. I'm making a larger point that communal politics in this country.
But we are discussing specifics. Why is it that every time we discuss specifics, the Congress party goes to a larger point?
I cannot ignore that reality.
No, I am asking.
Listen, I'll tell you, every time we talk secularism, the BJP tries to talk of minority appeasement. If you do something for the minorities, it's not appeasement. I mean, if minority appeasement was a reality, the Muslims would be much better off than what they are today. I don't think that's utter balderdash. I think the reality of life is that the BJP's entire, I would say, existence is based on communal politics, and they can't run away from that. Development is nothing but a canard.
First of all,
which chief minister does not talk development? Which chief minister does not talk domestic investment? Which chief minister does not talk foreign investment? I mean, everybody talks the same language. How can Mr. Modi appropriate development?
I'm giving a second opportunity. I'm giving a second opportunity to Mr. Sudhanshu Trivedi, who has 1 minute. Sudhanshu Trivedi.
The BJP leaders have begun to say, we do not want a minority class in this country, reeks of a sentiment that runs in the face of the constitution that we live by, frankly, bluntly.
I gave a second opportunity to the BJP spokesperson. 5.5 minutes on this debate. And I am giving Sudhanshu Trivedi opportunity number 2 to apologize for what he just said and take back his comments on the Hindu Vahini, because he was trying to justify there the circumstances which led to the Hindu Yuva Vahini, which has made some of the most commonly charged comments. I request you, Mr. Trivedi, if you want, you take back what you said. Would you like to take back what you said? Trying to justify the creation of the Hindu Yuva Vahini, which indirectly...
What I am trying to say, if you are taking a separate statement of Mr. Yogi Adityanath, in whatever interview he has said, I am not privy to that. But on the other hand, you are completely ignoring the official stand of the Congress party. Can I complete a sentence? Can I complete for at least 30-40 seconds? When Congress party from Jammu Kashmir, their chief minister Ghulam Nabi Azad rushed to the clemency of Afzal Guru, and in down south in Kerala they are having coalition with Muslim League and their coalition partner MIM Majlis Ittihadul Muslimin Akbaruddin Owaisi, what he is saying. From Bhindranwale to Raj Thakre, they are cropping the, so you can say they are poisoning the crops, whatever they are saying, and still you are not putting a single question to them. You are just asking on the statement of Yogi Adityanath, which is not in public domain, which are not on the official platform.
Sanjay Jha.
He has given a private interview. If it comes into investigation, then we will look into it. But on the other hand, even you are totally denying.
I want you to.
Samajwadi Party is having more than 30 riots. They are on paper. They are accepting that more than 30 riots has happened. And the level of insensitivity given by Samajwadi Party.
I love the obsession which Mr. Sudhanshu Trivedi has for Samajwadi Party. Whenever he has no answers,
he has to refer to the Samajwadi
Party.
On the basis of communal lines.
Mr. Sudhanshu Trivedi, it's time that
I would like to say one sentence.
I am asking
Congress Party
to comment on Samajwadi Party.
I am asking
Mr.
Sudhanshu
Arnab
Trivedi.
Goswami asked you a question. Why don't you answer your question?
I am asking you this Hindu Yuva Vahini. Why don't you have the moral and political courage?
I have many questions to ask you.
1 second. Why do you not have the moral and political courage, Mr. Trivedi, to say today, we will tell Yogi Adityanath, either you are a member of parliament owing allegiance to a secular constitution of India, secular, or you are heading this group called the Hindu Yuva Vahini.
When the government is of this type, that the Prime Minister of India...
So you justify, you therefore justify. You therefore justify. You justify.
Rahul Gandhi says that the Hindu
tomorrow you justify rioting. Tomorrow you will justify murder. Tomorrow you will justify arson. Tomorrow you will justify communal comments
to everybody.
Yes.
Why don't you ask Yogi Adityanath to...
I have already said that no leader of our party to the stature of the Prime Minister and the Home Minister has spoken like this.
You are too weak to speak against Yogi Adityanath.
If you are having a problem with a statement of a member of parliament on a private conversation, that it can be investigated otherwise.
Investigated?
But I am asking
those
the
are
basic
the coattails on which your votes are swept up.
My last question.
Those are the coattails on which your votes are swept up for your national leaders.
My last question is to the Shiv Sena. Everyone's on the back foot tonight. Now, for the Sena view, and I'd like to clarify here, former Cabinet Minister Suresh Prabhu is representing the Sena view. Now, would you believe, my last question is this, sir, that Uddhav Thackeray says about Balasaheb Thackeray, he says his politics was not for any post, but he wanted a hardline Hindutva proponent to win the top post in Delhi. Hardline Hindutva proponent. In this atmosphere, you realize somewhere that the young people of this country may not connect with this kind of hardline Hindutva, hardline point of view anymore, Suresh Prabhu. That you may become dinosaurs. You may have, a Jurassic value for a new generation of Indians here today. This politics of polarization that you're playing on. You've been with the Shiv Sena for a long time. You think it's time to move on and not make comments like that?
Actually, this is all very misconstrued ideas about what really is meant by Hindutva. And it is something, what is India known to the rest of the world? If you go to Pakistan, they'll say you have come from Hindustan. If you go to Afghanistan, people say, "Ye hamare Hindu aaye, Hindustan se aaye."
No, so
if you go to Saudi Arabia, they will say you have come from Hindustan.
No. 1 minute. It's not as
this is the identity.
It's not as general as you think. It's not as general as you think. I refuse. I refuse to believe what you're saying.
Flawed understanding of history and how the words have been used.
Sir, look at this. The Shiv Sena says there is a feeling that Modi is a protector of Hindus. Seeking death penalty for Kodnani and Bajrangi is a deadly attack on Hindus.
That is the whole...
That Hind came from...
This is not... Yeah, so what is that? Yes, what is it?
Mr. Modi
Protector of
Mr.
Hindus.
Modi has repeatedly said
No.
that he is the protector of all the Indians.
No, but your Samna, your
all
paper,
those who live in India,
your
which is
paper,
looked at by rest of the world as Hindustan.
Is the Samna
so
Shiv Sena mouthpiece or not?
Indians is in the Indian is a foreign name.
Is the Samna Shiv Sena mouthpiece or not?
Of India.
Is the Samna Shiv Sena mouthpiece or not?
That's what I'm asking. No, I'm just saying.
No,
what is the identity of what we call as India for the rest of the world? That's what I'm asking you. What is the identity of India? So the identity of those who live in this soil, those who have been created from this soil, who have become citizens of this country,
don't give me a philosophical answer. Don't give me a philosophical answer. Your party paper says Modi is a protector of Hindus. What?
Such a perverted idea of who we are. I'm sorry.
No, is it?
No.
No. If there is an attack on a majority community, and anybody who feels threatened by such attacks, and if there is somebody who's going to protect all those who live on this land,
this is in the context of seeking death penalty for Kodnani. How is that an attack on the majority community? It is the attack, or it is a conviction of a person accused of rioting. How is that an attack on the majority community? The majority community in this country, the majority community in this country are not a bunch of rioters.
This is a moot point. No. Let me say something. This is a moot point. The moot point, the seeds of communalism are sown by those who try to distinguish India into two parts. I don't think that India is in two parts. We are one nation. All those who live in this soil
and
are
what do you
Indian.
say of a party?
And therefore,
what do you say of a party? What do you say of a party that calls
deliberately, very cleverly, and with definite design, have been all the time trying to divide this country into two parts, which I don't believe in. We very strongly believe that all those who live in India, those who swear by Indian constitution, those who live on the soil, should be having one identity, one nationality, and that is our own nationality.
Then why do you use this Hindu-Muslim card all the time? If that's what you believe in.
But who does it? That is the point. The moot point is who does it. See, this is when you talk about the zehar of communalism.
You should go back to
when you talk about
and read the issue of Samna in December 1992.
See what your party
and you will find out who does it.
See what your party paper says. I think we put all parties today have a lot to answer for, and typically I find today the Congress party completely quiet. It's aware of its own record.
Can I just come in for a minute, please?
No. We have been saying right from the very beginning that India is facing a challenge of communal politics. The idea of India is going to be debated right all the way till the elections are over. And I think it's important that you're debating this. I think the people of India need to know where all political parties are coming from.
Yeah. And what about the Gopalgarh riots in Rajasthan? What about the partisan manner adopted by the local police in dealing with the situation? What about your own track record? Tell me, are you in the clean on this?
Arnab, if you do the history of communal riots in India,
one minute, I have to deal with this. The Dhule riots,
everywhere.
The Dhule riots, the Gopalgarh firing in Rajasthan, all under Congress government. The Ministry of Home Affairs list did not include the killings in the Kokrajhar in Assam,
government in which more than 70 people have died. The main point. Arnab, who's responsible? I agree with you. All riots are wrong and this should never happen. You should look at who's responsible for the riots. That's the point I'm making. Mr. Modi keeps talking about the, we have been in government for the longest time.
56 riots.
Riots have happened during our time. We agree. But who's responsible for the riots?
Yeah, I'm asking you, 56 incidents.
Who is responsible for the riots?
56.
And you will find,
you hold the executive
BHP,
responsible.
Bajrang Dal, Jansangh, and right-wing extreme elements involved everywhere, along with some others from the minority community maybe as well. These have been constantly debated, but you will find the big role, a big role here of the Sangh Parivar's various avatars. They have always been active in communal disturbances. So Mr. Modi saying that riots have happened during the Congress is disingenuous.
56 incidents of communal violence in Maharashtra in 2012. So many people died. At least you take some responsibility there. But Sanjay Jha, you're not taking it there. I think we successfully provoked
obviously as a government you take responsibility.
Every political party
as a government you take all responsibility for anything that goes wrong. But it's very unfortunate and tragic that the Prime Ministerial candidate of the BJP
I'm only going to ask this question today as I wrap this up.
He keeps asking for 60 months. He keeps asking for 60 months. We saw what happened when NDA was there for 60 months. We saw what happened in Gujarat.
Why were you quiet on the Gujarat riots during the Gujarat elections? But why were you quiet on the Gujarat riots during the Gujarat election?
We were not.
Why?
We were not, Arnab.
Why? Of course you were. You know you were.
We were not.
You know you were.
You should see that.
You know you were.
Let me tell you.
Arnab,
we'll have a debate on that another day.
If you look at the campaign done across various levels.
Sanjay Jha.
Sure.
Sanjay Jha, I'm just asking this question.
Arnab?
Yes, Sankarshan is the last word. Sankarshan. Last word.
Arnab, can I just make one quick
1984, I was baptized in journalism in 1984. We saw terrible things happen on the streets of Delhi. The Congress government was in power. The absence of the government for several days was absolutely terrible to see. 1993, early, the Bombay riots. For 1 week, the army was not sent in.
Okay, Sankarshan.
Let us also
Sankarshan, therefore,
leave these things.
Therefore, I asked tonight, from cultivating poison to riot-free assurance, will polarizing in the last run really work or be counterproductive? I want to hear from you tonight, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow at 9 p.m. on the Newshour. Good night and goodbye.